proceed on why kama kwa proceed on yuko na kuchukua tu. On your right yuko na vitinga vitima na nyumba na kamutikeo na ifahamu kuona hii kuna mwiritu wako na dodati kama gani mfano za kuleta. Mwiritu wako.
Hello.
Okay.
My name is John Jahamaneki and I am the Vice Chairperson of the Kiambu County Poultry Farmers Cooperative, and I am also the manager of the factory. And this factory was started last year, 1st October last year, after facing a lot of challenges in poultry industry because we had failed to get enough market for our products, whereby we decided that as farmers we come together because of that challenge, whereby we decided to get to know what to do. From there we decided to form a cooperative, and we registered the cooperative as Kiambu County Poultry Farmers Cooperative. From there we came to a point whereby we realized that we have been exploited by feed manufacturers, whereby they are selling feeds for at very high prices. Because by then the feeds that we were buying it at 2,900, and from there we decided that we can lower the cost whereby tukaanza kutengeneza chakula zetu sisi wenyewe, ambazo wakati tulianza kutengeneza, that is last year October, tukaanza kujitengenezea, and the cost of feed came to 2,600. From there tukaona at least we are getting something out of that, na tukaendelea, and as I speak the capacity that we are producing is 10 tons, which is 140 bags per day. The market is within Kiambu and Nairobi. Especially Kiambu is where we are selling a lot of feeds, because the cooperative is owned by members from Kiambu County, which are farmers from the area. So we do manufacture these feeds only for our members who are in Kiambu. And in this case, tukipata mtu mmoja kutoka hata the neighboring counties, bado huwa tunawauzia. Wakati tulikuwa tunanunua chakula kwa the feed manufacturers for 2,900, let's say kwa nyumba moja ya kuku ambayo iko na capacity ya 500 layers, huwa inafaa kukula a bag, and that bag goes for 2,900. And the production of eggs in that particular room should be 14 trays. Na ukifanya hiyo mahesabu utapata ya kwamba if you sell those eggs at 300 per tray, na utoanisha na the price of feeds, utaona ya kwamba hapo mbeleni mkulima hakuwa anapata kitu, lakini after this ukireduce by 300 utakuta ya kwamba mkulima anabakishwa na kitu hapo. Kwa hivyo bei yetu ukilinganisha na hao wengine ni afadhali. Kulingana na cost yetu ya production, mkulima wetu anapata faida kubwa compared to those wale wananunua kwa those other factories. County ya Kiambu, like we have some sub counties, tuko na Atodo North, tuko na Thika, tuko na Juja, tuko na Rari. Hizo let's see about layers peke yake it's about 4-5 million, na broilers about 2 million, totally 6-7 million. The investment capacity of Kiambu County poultry farmers is about 8 million, and in this case the assets, that is mixers, mill, computers, office stationaries, is about 3 million. We also have raw materials, and at any given time we always have a capacity of materials worth 4 million.
Why we came together as poultry farmers is that because we had a lot of challenges, especially on cost of production and marketing. So we formed a group which has like 700 members currently. And why we came together is that we could be able to lobby, we could be able to market our products together, and we could be able to bring our cost of production as low as possible. So when we came together, we agreed that we form a group that will be able to produce our own poultry feeds, and that one we started very well. And when we started in the year 2019, that was around February there, and we started manufacturing our own feeds in October last year. So we were able to cut costs to a tune of 300 shillings to 350 per bag across the board. That is from chick mash to layers mash. So immediately after we started producing our own feeds, so many members came back, the ones that were had moved out of the market, and we tried to support each and one another socially, economically, and such kind of. And one thing that we realized is that we were able to bring the cost of production low. But when it came now to marketing, we still have a big challenge because eggs would be imported from Uganda and Tanzania, almost all neighboring countries. And we have been having a big problem when it comes to break even because our cost of production is like 240 per tray. And these guys from Uganda can be able to sell the same eggs as 250. So if you look at the cost of production against what we are getting, then we have been having a big challenge. So our current problem, or our current big problem, is lack of support from both local and national government. Because when we met the CS Agriculture, we had agreed that we try to come up with a committee that will be liaising with the Ministry of Agriculture, so that we can be able now to sit down and agree on the pricing, and we try to balance the export and import, because Kenyan products, when they are being taken to outside the countries, you realize that they are taxed. There is VAT, there is railway levy, and there is this withholding tax. But when them are bringing their products in Kenya, there are no such kind of taxes. So far, those are the problems that we are facing, and we are urging the government to support the local farmers, because poultry farmers has a lot of farmers. I mean, it has a lot of people that are in this industry, from youth to women and retirees. And especially when we talk of retirees, one gets her package or his package, in effect, in the poultry, believing and trusting that there will be enough income. But once he enters into the market, he realizes that there are no controls. You know, there is no way that one is very sure of what he will get back. Most of our farmers are doing the three type of poultry. We have kienyeji, we have broilers, and we have layers, commercial layers. In regard to the broilers, that's the biggest problem, because you know a broiler will take like 40 days to mature, and it consumes a lot of feeds, very expensive feeds. And when it comes now to the market, we only rely with the city market and the local supermarkets and institutions like universities and colleges. So now, when it comes now to the pricing, one piece of broiler can cost like 240 shillings. That is the production cost. But you realize that some of this chicken meat is coming and being sold at 260 per kg, only leaving 20 shillings for the farmer, for the broiler farmer. So they still have a big problem as the commercial areas. My take, or our take as farmers, when it comes to free trade areas, we don't have a problem with free trade areas as far as it is controlled. Because as we speak with you now, we have a big challenge with outside the eggs, like Ugandan eggs and Tanzanian eggs, and even the chicks, the day-old chicks, because a day-old chick is costing at 70 shillings in Kenya. But when they bring from Uganda, they are bringing at 65. So undercutting the hatcheries in Kenya. When it comes now to free trade areas, we realize that we're already in a problem. We're already coming out of COVID and COVID-19. Immediately after, then we understand that we have that protocol of African free trade area. We realize we have a big problem so far, because as we speak with you, eggs are going at 250 as we speak with you now, and already we are at a loss. So if we open our borders for everyone to bring their products, we realize that the local markets and the local farmers will eventually close their businesses, and they have closed. We are talking of half of the members that are active. Even our group that has 700 members, the active members are 400. 300 members are out of market. Why? because they are out of business, because they have already collapsed, because they don't have enough money to continue. So you can only imagine if now we open the African free trade area. So you realize that everyone, farmers watakufa tu, they will not continue. The market will collapse. You know, we have realized that poultry farmers is termed as a low income, high risk. It is good that we have either a board or a committee that will sit down and regularize these places. You see, when it comes now to imports and exports, it is the farmer who feels the pinch. So we need to inform them. We need to sit down. We need to be given time so that we can know what is coming in. How much do we produce? When do we sell? You know, like for poultry farmer, for broilers, it takes 40 days. So let's know what is the data? How many farmers are doing broilers at a certain time? So that when we are bringing in, we are not bringing in so that we can now either flood the market or compete with the local markets. We must have a control. So we are requesting the government, and we are praying. We are trying to bring up a board that we can be able now to regularize the imports and exports. So what I wanted to request our MPs and our authorities is that they give farmers time so that they can come together. They come up with solutions of when and how to bring the products from outside. Yes, actually, if you look at our small factory, which has costed us like a tune of 80 million, with the hope that we'll be able to produce enough feeds to our quality feeds to our farmers. If now these boundaries and markets are open to everyone, this factory will collapse. Why? Because farmers will not be able to continue farming. And you see, we are talking of small-scale farmers. If they die, if their businesses collapse, this factory will collapse, which has more than 12 employees. And if it dies, you know, that kind of investment, we just got that money within a tune of like a year. That's what we have consolidated together, 80 million. If it dies, then even trying to bring up the farmers once again together, they won't agree. So we only request the government to give time so that we can be able now even to open another factory like this one, because this one is based in Ivika, in Kiabu. We wanted another one in Muranga. We wanted another one in like part of Naivasha, so that we can be able now to support farmers, because we can only imagine if we are able to sell our feeds at 2,700 in Vika. There are those farmers in Muranga buying the same product from other competitors at 2,900 to 3,000. You can see there is a big difference between the two counties. So we are only pleading with the government. Give us time. Within a year, we will be able to have gotten a solution of when and how to bring these products.